15 life lessons you only learn through your past. We've all had experiences in our past that have shaped and molded us into the person we are today. Those past experiences can teach us invaluable life lessons that can stay with us for the rest of our lives. In this video, we'll explore 15 of the most important life lessons that you can only learn through your past. These lessons can help us understand our past, present, and future, and give us insight into how to make the best out of every situation. So, let's dive into these 15 life lessons that we can only learn through our past. These lessons can help us understand our past, present, and future, and give us insight into how to make the best out of every situation. So, let's dive into these 15 life lessons that we can only learn through our past. However, our past is not just simply ignored, it's something that teaches us the lessons of life. It can either make us or break us depending on how we approach the situation. Whether we have a good or bad experience in the past, there are important life lessons that can be gained. Here are 15 life lessons you only learn through your past. Number 1. Make decisions based on facts, not emotions. When it comes to making important decisions, it's always best to make them based on facts rather than emotions. Too often, our emotions can cloud our judgment and lead us to make decisions that are not in our best interest. The most important thing to remember is that decisions made based on facts will stand the test of time and lead to better outcomes than decisions made based on feelings. When faced with an important decision, take a step back and assess the facts before you decide. Consider the pros and cons, talk to trusted advisors, and do your research before coming to a conclusion. By doing so, you will be able to make an informed decision that will yield the best possible outcome for everyone involved. It's also important to realize that making decisions based on facts doesn't mean you have to suppress your emotions. Instead, you should use your emotions as a guide and as a way to help you understand your situation more clearly. For example, if you're feeling angry or scared about a certain situation, you can use those feelings as a sign that something needs to be addressed or changed. Remember that decisions based on facts will help you make the right choice, while decisions based on emotions can lead to regret and misdirection. Number 2. Never forget your true identity and what you stand for. No matter what happens in life, it's important to always remember who you are and the values that define you. We all face times of challenge and change, and it can be easy to lose sight of our true identity and what we stand for. However, by keeping our core values at the forefront of our minds, we can ensure that we remain true to ourselves no matter what life throws at us. It is essential to take the time to pause and reflect on what matters most to you and how your actions reflect those values. By maintaining a clear sense of who you are, you will be better equipped to make decisions that align with your beliefs and stay true to yourself. You will also have greater resilience when faced with difficult situations or difficult people. When faced with the pressures of the world, it is important to take a step back and remind yourself of your core values. Always remember that your true identity should never be compromised and that standing up for what you believe in is essential. Number 3. Develop strong relationships with family and friends. When it comes to life lessons, one of the most important is to develop strong relationships with family and friends. Developing and maintaining these relationships can provide us with emotional support, help us build trust, foster understanding and empathy, as well as create a strong social network. The quality of our relationships is an important factor in determining our mental and emotional well-being. A strong relationship with family and friends can provide us with a sense of security and belonging, as well as help us to cope with difficult situations. It is important to foster these relationships and make sure that we spend time with them in order to keep the connection alive. We need to learn how to effectively communicate with our family and friends in order to build and maintain strong relationships. This means expressing ourselves openly and honestly and listening to the other person's perspective without judgment. We also need to be able to set boundaries and respect each other's individual needs. Taking time to understand each other's feelings, being patient, and making compromises are all important aspects of building strong relationships. Finally, we need to remember that relationships take effort and commitment. We need to show up for each other, listen, support, and love one another. By investing our time and energy into cultivating strong relationships with family and friends, we can create lasting bonds that will continue to nourish us for many years to come. Number 4. Do things out of love, not out of fear. Fear is a natural emotion that often pushes us to do things out of a need for safety or protection. However, if we choose to act out of fear, rather than love, we can often be left with an empty feeling or an unfulfilled sense of purpose. On the other hand, when we act out of love, rather than fear, we are more likely to find our true joy and contentment in life. Love gives us the strength to take risks and to follow our dreams without hesitation. Love also encourages us to focus on what we can do instead of being afraid of what could go wrong. It helps us push past our comfort zones and take chances that may bring us closer to our goals. We should not let fear dictate our decisions, but rather make choices that come from a place of love. By understanding the power of love, we can make decisions and take action in our lives that are based on our own values and principles, rather than solely on our fears. When we learn to trust in love and not be swayed by our fears, we can live life to its fullest potential and have an impact on the world around us. Number 5. Value the process of growth more than instant gratification. Instant gratification is often seen as an easy route to happiness. It promises a quick fix for our problems, and it's tempting to believe that a short-term pleasure can bring long-term happiness. But this is rarely the case. Instead of relying on temporary solutions, focus on the process of growth. It's important to understand that true growth comes with time and effort. You can't reach the top of a mountain without taking the steps to climb it. This is true in all aspects of life, whether we are talking about physical health, personal relationships, or career success. Lasting progress requires dedication and a commitment to consistent effort. Developing a healthy mindset and staying patient will help you get through the tough times and make it to the other side. Rely on these lessons from your past and remember that slow and steady wins the race. While it's tempting to take the easy route and go for instant gratification, don't forget that it won't provide lasting happiness or satisfaction. Instead, focus on your process of growth and trust that with enough hard work, anything is possible. Number 6. Choose to take responsibility for your life and don't blame anyone else for it. Life is full of ups and downs, and it's important to remember that each experience teaches us something valuable. Taking responsibility for your own life means understanding that you alone are responsible for the decisions you make and the actions you take. It's easy to point fingers or blame others for our circumstances, but this will only lead to self-pity and regret. Rather than blaming others for our mistakes, we need to accept that these errors were ours and make the commitment to learn from them. Taking ownership of your life allows you to learn and grow in the aftermath of failure, while blaming someone else inhibits your progress and makes it difficult to move forward. Owning up to your mistakes also shows courage and resilience, demonstrating that you can handle tough situations and take control of your destiny. Your mistakes will become part of your story, but it's important to not let them define you. Take responsibility for your life and never forget that you have the power to choose how you respond to any situation. Number 7. Cultivate patience, as it is a virtue which can help you stay calm during difficult times. Patience is a trait that can help us manage difficult times with greater ease and poise. When faced with a difficult situation, the key is to remain calm and patient. It's important to recognize that patience allows us to process our emotions, understand our thoughts, and make informed decisions. Patience encourages us to think before we act, weigh out options, and consider potential outcomes, rather than just letting our emotions take control. Patience also teaches us how to be resilient in difficult times. Rather than allowing negative emotions to consume us, patience encourages us to take control of our feelings and use them constructively to move forward. Patience allows us to see setbacks as learning opportunities, rather than causes for anxiety and distress. By remaining patient, we can also better understand ourselves and the circumstances that are causing us difficulty. In conclusion, cultivating patience is an essential life skill that allows us to stay calm and focused during difficult times. It helps us think objectively, weigh out options, and consider potential outcomes before taking action. With patience, we can learn to accept the things that are outside of our control and focus on what's within our power to change. Number 8. Persevere even when faced with obstacles and hardships. Do not give up easily. Life will always present us with a variety of obstacles and hardships. It is up to us to decide how we will respond to them. While it can be tempting to give up when faced with adversity, it is important to remember that it is in those moments when we are presented with the greatest opportunities for growth and progress. We must make sure that we remain strong and resilient in the face of hardships, and never give up on our dreams or goals. Perseverance involves both physical and emotional strength. It is about finding a way to stay focused, motivated, and determined even when things seem hopeless. Perseverance is key to success, and it is only through overcoming difficulties and challenges that we can truly appreciate our accomplishments. Even if you don't achieve the results you were hoping for right away, never give up, continue to work hard and push forward. Remember that the most difficult times in life can also be the most rewarding. Don't let fear stop you from trying. Sometimes the only way to know if something is possible is to try it out. When you persevere, you gain valuable insight and experience that will serve you well on your journey. Number 9. Appreciate the good times and be mindful that life has its ups and downs. It's important to remember that life has its ups and downs, and that you need to take the time to appreciate the good times when they come. When the good times roll in, take a moment to truly enjoy them and be grateful for what you have. Remember that moments of joy don't last forever, and it's important to cherish them while they do. At the same time, it's also important to acknowledge that not every day will be perfect, and that's okay. Life comes with its share of difficulties, and it's natural to feel down at times. Being aware of this allows us to be better prepared when we encounter hardships, and to know that even in our darkest days, we have the strength to move forward and make it through. Number 10. Always keep an open mind. Never close off possibilities before exploring them fully. Having an open mind and exploring possibilities can be invaluable in life. Keeping a narrow perspective and refusing to see other perspectives may lead to missed opportunities, particularly when it comes to problem solving. This life lesson is especially important to remember when it comes to making decisions. Instead of quickly coming to conclusions based on limited information, take the time to consider all the options available and gather all the facts. Be willing to expand your view to include new ideas and different points of view. Listening to others, even if they are not in agreement with you, can help you gain insight and perspective on a particular issue or situation. Having an open mind helps you stay in tune with your inner voice. It allows you to explore different ideas without fear of judgment or criticism. Having an open mind also means being willing to accept that you don't have all the answers and allowing yourself to learn from mistakes. Being open to exploring possibilities can help you in your personal and professional life. Whether it's taking on a new project, starting a business venture, or simply expanding your horizons through travel or reading, keeping an open mind will provide greater opportunities for growth and success. Number 11. Use your mistakes as an opportunity to learn and grow. We all make mistakes in life. Making mistakes is a part of life. It is important to remember not to let your mistakes define you. Instead, use them as a chance to learn and grow. You can learn from every mistake you make to guide you in the future. Ask yourself these questions as you reflect on your mistakes. If you ask yourself, what might I have done differently? And what did I learn from this mistake? You can gain valuable lessons that will help you make better decisions in the future. Furthermore, it's important to practice self-forgiveness. We all make mistakes, and perfection does not exist. Move forward with greater insight by focusing on the lessons you've learned from your mistakes. Be willing to use your mistakes as a catalyst for personal growth and development. Number 12. Develop a healthy mindset. Stay positive even in tough times. Staying positive in tough times can be a challenge, but it's an essential step towards success. Your mindset has a huge impact on the way you interpret and respond to life's circumstances. When faced with difficult moments, it's important to remain optimistic and look for the silver lining. Reframing your thoughts in a positive way can help you focus on the potential solutions instead of staying stuck in the problem. Practicing mindfulness and self-compassion is key to developing a healthy mindset. Acknowledging and accepting the current situation without judgment can help put things into perspective and help you move forward. In addition, learning to recognize negative thoughts and challenging them with positive ones can help change the way you view yourself and your current situation. This process of self-reflection allows you to gain insight and understanding into the way you think and how it affects your emotions. Finally, it's essential to take care of your physical and mental health during difficult times. Eating well, exercising regularly, and connecting with friends and family can help reduce stress and keep your spirits up. Staying positive in tough times takes effort, but it is possible with the right mindset. Practice self-compassion, reframe negative thoughts, and take care of your physical and mental health, and you'll find that you can stay positive even when times are tough. Number 13. Stay humble. Understand that we all have different experiences that contribute to our individual journeys. No two people are the same, and everyone's experiences shape who they are and how they view the world. Each person has a unique set of lessons they have learned from their past, and these should be respected. Staying humble and recognizing that each person has a different journey can help us to appreciate the diversity of life and accept that no one has all the answers. In order to be successful, it's important to understand that everyone has something valuable to contribute. While it's easy to be caught up in comparing ourselves to others, it's more important to recognize and learn from the differences. We can learn a great deal from listening to others, respecting different perspectives, and allowing our experiences to inform our decisions. By staying humble, we can stay open-minded, learn from others, and grow in our understanding of the world. We must also remember that while each person's journey is different, everyone's experiences are valid. Everyone has faced adversity and come out on the other side, so it's important to be compassionate and understanding of other people's journeys. When we stay humble and recognize that each person's experiences have contributed to who they are today, we can create an inclusive environment where everyone can feel accepted and appreciated for their individual contributions. Number 14. Find a way to embrace failure so you can move on with greater insight. Failure is an inevitable part of life and it can be hard to accept when it happens. But, when you find a way to embrace failure, you are able to move on with greater insight and a better perspective. One of the best ways to embrace failure is to take a step back and look at it objectively. Ask yourself what caused the failure and identify the areas in which you could have done better. You should also try to look at the positives that came out of the situation and be thankful for the lessons learned. By acknowledging your mistakes and being open to learning from them, you can use failure as an opportunity to grow. You can reframe failure as a way to gain wisdom and build resilience. When you accept that there will be setbacks and use them as learning experiences, you will be more equipped to handle future challenges. Failure can often lead to feelings of frustration or despair, but if you take the time to reflect and look at the big picture, it can become an invaluable source of growth and development. Number 15. Take calculated risks, use wise judgment when facing uncertain outcomes. It can be difficult to make decisions when you are uncertain about the outcome. Taking risks can open up new opportunities and experiences, but it is important to use wise judgment when doing so. Consider your options, weigh the pros and cons, and determine what is the best course of action. This way, you can ensure that you are making a decision with the best possible outcome in mind. When it comes to taking risks, it is important to assess your personal comfort level. Do you feel confident and ready to move forward with a risky decision? Or do you have doubts that could prevent you from succeeding? Additionally, consider if the risk has the potential to bring positive or negative outcomes. Are you willing to take the chance? It may seem daunting to take risks, but with the right preparation and knowledge, you can minimize the potential for failure and maximize the potential for success. Finally, take some time to reflect on what could happen if your risky decision turns out differently than expected. How will you handle the situation if it doesn't work out as planned? Will you be able to adapt quickly and recover? You don't want to be caught off guard if things don't go your way. It's also helpful to plan ahead for both positive and negative outcomes so that you can make the most of any situation. Taking calculated risks requires thoughtfulness, preparation, and wise judgment. Use your intuition to guide your decisions and trust yourself when making difficult choices. With enough confidence and planning, you can make the best decision possible in uncertain situations. We've all had experiences in our past that have shaped and molded us into the person we are today. Those past experiences can teach us invaluable life lessons that can stay with us for the rest of our lives. In this video, we'll explore 15 of the most important life lessons that you can only learn through your past. Finally, your past experiences aren't necessarily a bad thing. In many ways, they make you the person that you are today. Each experience, the good and the bad, can teach you something important about life. It may seem that some of these lessons only serve to remind us of our regrets in life, but they're meant to do more than that. They're meant to show you what mistakes to avoid in the future and to help develop your character. In the end, we all have an interesting past that has contributed to who we are today. These life lessons can help us learn more about our history, and make us better people for it. Your past can tell you a lot about yourself, so pay close attention to your memories, both good and bad. We hope you can take something away from this video. Those life lessons are not always easy to learn, but each of them is invaluable to our happiness and well-being. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.